like to get into the half court. Stand. They like to play at their pace.
Yeah, and there's not many teams like that anymore, but it's all about the details and execution for these teams to maximize their possessions.
Now the opening lineup for the Portland Trailblazers. We've got Sharp. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Avdia. Then there's Anthony Simons, and it's Kamare in at the 3. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer Sharp. It's not going to go for him. And it's Green with the ball for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Curry. The 3-ball. Now here's Podziemski. Over Avdia. Butler passes to Curry. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Moody from outside. Portland with a rebound. Outside Sharp. And the 3 off target. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Now here's Curry. Let's go with a 3. And Ayton pulls it down. Outside Sharp. First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. Pass to Kamare. There's the triple. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Oh, and that's a nice find by one of the youngest players in the league. Sharp with tremendous upside to his game.
Curry, a screen on Sharp. Here's Podziemski. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. The Trailblazers have gone 1 for 3 so far. Avdia against Butler. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Curry against Simons. Ayton with a screen. 5 to shoot. The 3. Pass to Sharp from deep three-point range. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
Now here's Butler. Lets the 3 fly. First shot won't go. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Moses Moody. That's his first foul of the game. Grant's checked in for Portland.
Number 9,
Simons outside. Avdia, screen on Curry. 4-3. The dive for the ball. Trailblazers keep it alive. That's tipped. Curry with a steal. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Takes a 3. And again, no good by Golden State.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Avdia passes to Ayton. Tries the spin move. Over Green. And Ayton gets it to go.
Love seeing Ayton take these mid-range jumpers. He realizes guys at his position have to hit these kind of shots.
Hits a three-pointer. Portland leading by 5. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Pass to Avdia. Launches it. They get the rebound. Here's the 3. That shot off.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Butler passes to Curry. Now Podziemski. Another 3 for Golden State.
Yeah, you can tell Curry knows the angles, smartly setting up another guy.
Grant outside. Simons against Curry. Fires the three. Simons, that one's good.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Grant, the pass to Aiden. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The Warriors pull it in. Curry from deep three-point land. Avdia pulls it in. Three-pointer sharp. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Trailblazers. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And following off of what you said, they've really done a good job distributing the ball, passing up good shots for great ones.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second. We've got Klingon, Henderson out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then it's Jeremy Grant, and it's Kamari in at the small forward position. Henderson misses. The Warriors trailing. Coach, it's such a difficult transition to the NBA. Scoot Henderson joins from the G League Ignite. What do you see in his game?
Well, look, I see a really talented guy who plays the game hard. What you've got to get improvement in are the 2 areas that most people have to improve in: shooting and decision making.
A nice shot by Klingon.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Hield. Hield, the screen on Grant. Here's Kuminga. And Klingon pulls it down. Portland has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Grant with it. Kuminga defends. It's stolen by Kuminga. 3 on 3. Wow, Kuminga gets back in a flash.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Henderson against Curry. Henderson left side. Grant with a screen on Hield. Kamari, no good. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Here's Klingon, covered by Jackson Davis. Pass to Kamari. Now Grant. This one for 3. Knocks down the long J. Grant's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Nice shot by Kuminga. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
The 3 from Curry. Kept alive on the wing, Payton. Outside Curry. And there's the screen. Clock at 6. Here's Kuminga. Portland with a rebound.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Now here's Henderson. To the right side. Here's Kamari. Trailblazers keep it alive. Grant against Payton from deep three-point land. Grant's shot is off.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Payton passes to Curry. Hield, the screen on Grant. The 3 from Curry. And Klingon pulls it down.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Thibault on the wing. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Grant against Kuminga. Beyond the arc. Pass to Kamari. Grant outside. From downtown. Doesn't go that time. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kuminga down low. Out to Hield. Outside Payton. To win the cold spell. Sinks it from distance. Payton's got 6.
More than just a score. Hield moves the ball well, especially when his guys are open.
Gary Payton, the second. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Now Avdia. The 3. No good that time.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
It's a tie game in the Bay Area. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. But without question, Gary Payton II displaying his skills today.
There's virtually nothing you can do to stop him. I mean, you can't even contain him. He's been that great.
Yeah, he makes defenses look utterly helpless. It's like pick your poison trying to contain him.
Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Moses Moody, and it's Green in at center. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. And when you talk about this Portland team, Stan, they're young and talented. They have some nice pieces going forward.
Yeah, and Brian, it starts with Scoot Henderson and Anthony Simons in that backcourt, but Shaedon Sharpe, when healthy, they've got some good pieces to build around.
Green with a screen on Simons. Outside Butler. There's the 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Butler's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Blazers trail by 3. Ayton, a screen on Curry. Jacks up a 3. And it's Simons missing.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Outside, Green. Pass to Curry. Green, a screen. Butler with the ball. Back to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Butler surveying the floor. Ayton with the defensive effort. Portland has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Here's Kamari. Back to Avdia. There's a screen. The 3 is up. Pajemski grabs the board. The Warriors lead by 3. On the wing, Curry. He's covered by Simons. Outside for Butler. Outside Pajemski. Pass to Curry. Shoots. Again! Golden State! A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Ayton, a screen on Butler. Avdia from outside. Lets it go from deep. Sends it home from three-point land. Avdia's got his first 3 points of the game.
Fantastic decision-making. Ayton electing to move it for the high percentage look.
Pass to Pajemski. Takes the 3. Portland with a rebound. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. The fadeaway. Rebounded by Green.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
The kick out, Curry. Now Butler goes up on the wing and is good. Off the back rim and in. Butler's got 5.
What's the saying? 80% of success is just showing up. And guess what? Butler shows up every night.
Simons passes to Avdia. The 3 is up. Another 3 for Portland.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
The Warriors leading. Green finds Curry. And a miss there on the triple. And Aiden has got the ball here for Portland. For the lead. No luck on that one. Golden State has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Pass to Curry. 55 seconds left in the third quarter here. And there's the foul. It's on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul of the game. Payton's checked in for the Warriors. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Portland. Scoot Henderson comes in for Simons. And here's Curry. Outside Butler. Over Avdia. Butler can't get it to go. For Portland, they've gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Pass to Kamari. And we've got 28 seconds left in the third. Outside for Henderson. For the lead. Hits the trifecta. He's got 6.
Oh, good 3-ball by Henderson. Now, this is the part of his game that he wants to keep developing.
Green, the pass to Curry. Left side, Pajemski. Fires for 3. Oh, Curry! A sick triple!
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Stephen Curry getting it done for the Warriors. 8. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. On the court right now for Portland. Klingin out there with Williams. Then it's Jeremy Grant. Then there's Delano Banton. And it's Henderson in at the 1 spot. The 3 from Curry. And the Warriors with another 3.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his 3-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Williams passes to Banton. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Banton's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Curry from deep 3-point land. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Portland trailing here. On the wing, Grant, guarded by Payton. Pass to Banton. Here's Klingin from the arc. Another 3 for Portland. And neither side able to take control of this game.
Yeah, at this rate, it's going to come down to a photo finish.
They set the pick. Curry passes to Payton. Back to Curry. Pass to Payton. Outside heel. He drops it from range. And the Warriors lead by 1.
This is his shot. The defense must chase Hield off that 3-point line.
Henderson outside. And it's all from 3-point range.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Outside Kuminga. On the wing, Curry. good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And now a three-point Warrior lead. Curry against Henderson. For three, Klingon. Offensive rebound. Grant, right side. Three-pointer. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And Pajemski subbed in for Heel. Ayton, a screen on Curry. And here's Simons outside. The Warriors pull it in.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Curry, no good.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
A quick shot there. It's off target. Blazers trail by 3. Ayton passes to Avdia. Ayton, a screen on Butler. Here's Avdia. They get it back. On the wing, Simons fires the 3. Outside Sharp for 3. Pass to Avdia. From deep. Again, the miss by Portland.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Here's Kamari. He's covered by Curry. Back to Ayton. Ayton with a screen. There's Simons with a 3. He can't get that one to fall.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Butler, a screen on Ayton. Three-pointer. Curry, no good.
Just too many missed 3s for him tonight. He must be sharper here down the stretch.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
And it's the Trailblazers' ball. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th. Ayton passes to Avdia. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And it's Green with the ball for the Warriors. Outside Curry. Launches a 3. Misses the 3. And here's Simons outside. Oh my! What a shot!
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
Ab
Oh, count it! Did that just happen, Coach?
That should be worth more than 3 points.
Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. We've got more. Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. Here we go. We'll stand in this league. The opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
We've got Anthony Simons, Denny Avdia out there with DeAndre Ayton, and it's Shaedon Sharp, and it's Kamari in at the 3.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
And a deep 3 from Curry. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Portland leading by 5. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
Out to Simons. Puts up a 3. Pass to Sharp. From outside the arc. Drops in the 3. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Curry, no good. Portland has gone 2 of 3 from the perimeter so far in overtime. Outside Sharp. Pass to Avdia. Launches it from deep. They get it back. Outside Sharp. Here's Kamari from behind the arc. Drains the triple.
Well, that's basically a warm-up three for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
The three from Curry. Can't hit that one.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, they've been outstanding in this extra period, putting this one out of reach.
Yeah, just an amazing game to watch, B.A.
And they got a lot of great solo efforts tonight, but probably none bigger than the performance for DeAndre Ayton.
Well, you know, his work on the glass was a key factor, helping to turn the tide as far as the possession game, and so often that's the difference.
That won't go either for Curry. Here are the Blazers with the ball. They're on a 14-3 run. Here's Golden State. They trail by 11. Pajemski. And Ayton pulls it down.
This OT has been somewhat lackluster, mainly because both teams are clearly exhausted.
Offensive board. Avdia outside. Fires from deep. Puts up a three. The three ball. He's off on that one. So it's the Trailblazers winning this one easily.
anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. The post pair for him will be Murray and Sabonis. Zach LaVine is out there with Ellis. And it's Crowder, and at the 3, the small forward. Curry finds Moody. 6 to shoot. Curry a screen on Crowder. Curry passes to Butler. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Ellis. And so Ellis will bring it up for Sacramento. LaVine up top. Outside Crowder. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist. Crowder's got his team on the board to start the game for the Kings. Ellis against Curry. Pass to Podziemski. Back to Curry. Butler sets a screen for Curry. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And you got the feeling that was coming. Curry loves coming back with a 3 of his own.
And Richard, you look back, Zach LaVine has been one of those microwave-type players. He can get hot in a blink of an eye.
Zach LaVine is one of those players that when he catches fire, there is nothing you can do about it. He can score from deep, multiple level score. When he gets going, ooh, it could be a problem.
Here's Curry after the made shot from Jay Crowder. Curry passes to Butler. Outside for Curry. Pass to Green. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Now here's LaVine. And here's Ellis for 3. And Moody pulls it down. Outside Curry. Butler in the corner. Back to Curry. For the 3. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. They set the pick. Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. Over to the wing. Crowder with the steal. Sabonis a screen on Green. Now Sabonis. Over Green. Sacramento again missing.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Here's Curry with the 3, and the Warriors miss again. The Kings leading. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him what plan he had, if any, for Zach LaVine. He said, my focus is making sure he doesn't get any easy shots. We have to contest every attempt. It's about mitigating the damage, not preventing it. So it looks like he'll settle for just making LaVine work as hard as possible. Guys?
Thank you, David. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Curry. And the Kings also making a change. Malik Monk, he's checked in for LaVine. Monk right side. And here we go. Butler heading to the hoop. Shot by Hield, nobody around. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
And that's what Hield is paid to do. Stretch the floor for this offense.
Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46 and 36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And it's just easy to love the energy with which Monk plays. Whenever he's close to the rim, he is looking to make a statement.
Now Murray, after the missed 3 from Buddy Hield. Monk, no one around him, and another 3 for Sacramento.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
They kick out to Hield. Back to Butler. Hield left side. 5 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And that one, good.
That's just bully ball. Green knows where he wants to go, and no one can do anything about it.
Monk outside. Pass to Sabonis. Back to Monk. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. No good on the last second attempt there. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Kings ahead. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Sacramento?
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And we also have seen them continue to fire from deep. With the results they're seeing, you can understand why.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Heel. Jonathan Kuminga out there with Payton. And it's Jackson Davis in at the center, filling out the middle.
What determination from Levine, finding his finish despite the contact.
Here's the screen. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Drills it from outside. Curry's got 6.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Carter. Off target from three-point range.
Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
Curry is inside, defended by Carter. From downtown, Curry can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Valanciunas. Shoots over Jackson Davis. No good from Valanciunas. Warriors trail by 3. Payton passes to Curry. Curry making it look so easy.
When Curry gets a look that's good, he is automatic. There is almost no stopping him.
Levine, a screen on Heel. On the wing, Levine. It's taken away by Payton. Pass to Curry. Out to Payton. Outside Curry. Now, here's Payton. Shot clock at 5. And Curry the bucket on the assist from Payton. Curry's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Outside Curry. Over in the corner, Kuminga. Curry against Carter. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Some changes for Golden State. Green, he's checked in for Trace Jackson Davis. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Heel. Then for the Kings, Keegan Murray comes in for Trey Lyles. And it's Ellis in for Carter. It's stolen by Kuminga. Now the Warriors moving it up. It's Curry outside. Another 3 for Golden State. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Warriors?
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
Pajemski with it. Monk defending. Green with a screen for Curry. From the arc. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Payton finds Curry. And here is Green.
Sacramento foul.
Butler, he's checked in for Golden State. Moses Moody comes in for Curry. Then for the Kings, Sabonis comes in for Valanciunas. And Jake Crowder's subbed in for Zach LaVine. So the wing on the left. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. No good from outside. The Kings trail by 5. And the wide open shot from Crowder. Good, and it's Sabonis with the assist that time. Crowder's got 8 points.
Gotta love a big who can also move the ball. Nice find by Sabonis.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The shot by Monk is no good.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
In the corner, Moody with it. And another 3 for Golden State.
Smart decision to kick it out to another guy once the defense is fixated on him in the paint.
Butler from outside. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Second team foul.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
Jimmy.
He hits the second from the line. And he makes all 3. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. Here's the number you need to know. He buried 5. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Draws, please. They're measuring up the shot.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Curry has been sensational.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts. Make life a little more difficult on him.
On the court right now for the Kings, the post pair for him will be Murray and Sabonis. Ellis is out there with LaVine, and it's Crowder in at the 3. And then LaVine with the jam.
Check out LaVine getting artful at the rim, leaving the defense just completely clueless of how to stop it.
Green with a screen on Ellis. Curry dishes to Green. Curry against Ellis. Pass to Pajemski. Misses the 3. The Kings trail by 12. To the inside. Murray finds LaVine. Murray sets a screen for LaVine. And LaVine throws it down.
I don't know where you've been, but everybody else knows that Zach LaVine, this man is an aerial artist. He makes the hardest dunks look so easy.
Green with a screen for Curry. Offline with his 3. Sacramento's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The game is certainly going international. Commissioner Adam Silver says, with basketball's exponential growth, it's now truly a global game. We're fortunate that the very best in the world want to play in a single league. And Kevin, the NBA continues to draw talent from all corners of the globe.
And David, you've been all over the globe, and the talent level undeniable. Green with the ball, picked up by Ellis. And Curry has it in the corner. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Curry's got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Warriors.
And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going, and those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
clearly a foul.
The Warriors shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. Richard, when it comes to Draymond Green, we know about his defense, but what does he give you offensively?
I think it starts with his passing. Not many big men can do what he does the way he does it. And especially effective when he's hitting the 3-ball, stretching the floor, allowing for more space for his shooters.
Levine against Payton. On the wing, Monk. To the middle to end the run. And Butler sends it back.
And known as a defensive stopper, Butler is fantastic at coming up with the goods.
Out to Payton. Curry looking around. Loads it up for Butler and stolen by Murray. Sabonis, the pass to Ellis. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Monk against Curry. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson-Davis comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Buddy Hield in for Curry. Trey Lyles checked in for the Kings. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Levine. And DeRozan throws it down.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Down low, deflects the pass, and stolen by Butler, and it's the Warriors. On the break, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, and all eyes were on Butler, but he has the vision to find the open man.
Pass to DeRozan. Up top, Monk, covered by Hield. Here's Lyles. That 3 off the mark. On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 14-6 run. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
And the Warriors making a change here. Kuminga's checked in. Fultz, he's checked in for Sacramento. Butler kicks to Payton. Back to Butler. Outside, Kuminga. From deep. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got 5 assists in the game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
No good on the quick 3. And so it's the Golden State Warriors controlling the game in fifth. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Warriors leading by 20. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for them. It's Curry and Hield. Kuminga out there with Looney. And it's Payton in at the small 4. That's the Warriors 5. Curry passes to Looney. It's stolen by DeRozan. It's taken away by Payton. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Here's Looney. Drops in the layup for 2. Looney's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Warriors. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition.
Curry passes to Looney. It's stolen by Carter. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Monk. 6 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
Curry can't get it to go. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Sacramento Kings. The 3. And it's Looney with the rebound. Warriors leading by 17. Right side, Kuminga. Pass to Curry. There's the pick. Takes the three. Outside, Kuminga. Here's Curry, defended by Carter. 6 on the shot clock. Curry against Carter. The three ball. Curry's shot is off.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
The Kings trail by 17. Here's Valanciunas. Monk outside. Valanciunas with a screen on heels. The shot by Monk is no good. Golden State's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Curry's shot is off. Sacramento's gone 1-3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
Let's just say that was an ill-advised pass there. Very close to a turnover.
Different look here for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Heel. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Sabonis, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Murray comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Crowder, he's checked in for Monk. And it's Ellison for Carter. Outside, Levine. Three-pointer. The Warriors pull it in. Curry kicks to Green. Lets the three fly. Good! Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Levine inside the three-point line. They get it back. Here's Sabonis. From 13 feet, it goes down.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
Yeah, the defender just lacks the reach to be able to contest him properly.
Here's Curry with the three. Rebound collected by Levine. The Kings trail by 18.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Warriors.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Stephen Curry.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
13 feet away. The shot, no good. And the Warriors with possession here. It's an 18-point lead. Moody's shot is off. Murray with it. Butler covering. Crowder, the pass to Sabonis. Shoots over Pajemski. And Sabonis the bucket on the assist from Crowder. Curry against Ellis. There's the three. Pass to Moody. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Sabonis finds Crowder. Kings moving the ball around. Here's Murray. There's the triple. Gets the bucket.
And just a step ahead of the D in that.
Much appreciated, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist, and the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. The duo inside, it's Murray and Sabonis. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at the point guard position.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
Now here's Murray. Picked by Murray. Lets it fly. Portland with a rebound. Avdia outside. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Sabonis. First quarter of play, a minute in. Murray finds Sabonis. Outside LaVine. Over Avdia. And LaVine gets it to go on the assist from Sabonis.
And LaVine knows he has the green light to take these shots, and his confidence is really impressive.
Outside Sharp. Takes a three. Nice D from LaVine. And so Sabonis will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. And you look at the Kings, Brett, they've had several name changes over the years of their franchise.
Yeah, before becoming the Sacramento Kings, they were the Rochester Royals, and then the Cincinnati Royals, and then the Kansas City Kings, and then all of a sudden, let's get to the West Coast, and here comes the state capital of Sacramento. It's not really affected the winning, though, has it, BA?
Ayton with a screen. And here's Simons outside. Gets the three to fall.
They gave up a three at the other end. That's Simons' response.
They kick it out to Murray. Sabonis outside. Back to Murray. Pass to Sabonis. Shoots over Ayton. And Ayton pulls it down. For Portland, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. There's Simons with a three. Sacramento grabs the miss.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
From deep three-point land, from beyond the arc, and then some. Simons has got 6.
Simons is going to take his fair share of three-pointers, no fear, from that distance.
Arabia passes to LaVine. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. He's got 7.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now here's Sharp. Pass to Ayton. From the wing. Rebounded. Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds now. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Can't hit it from 12 feet. And so it's Ayton with it. He brings it up for Portland. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Chauncey Billups. Zach LaVine's name came up, and I asked how he plans to deal with him. And Coach said, quote, "What's scary about LaVine is how many ways that he can score. So there's no easy answer except for high-effort defense, and that's exactly what we're going to do. The defense is trying to outwork LaVine tonight. We'll see how that goes, guys."
And Allie, thanks. And a new group getting ready for Portland. Klingon, he's checked in for Ayton. Jeremy Grant comes in for Kamara. Thibault, he's checked in for Sharp. And it's Henderson in for Simons. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Lyles, he's checked in for Murray. DeMar DeRozan comes in for LaRavia. Malik Monk's checked in for LaVine. And it's Carter in for Ellis. Sacramento has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. The score now all even.
And it's such a strong part of what Sabonis brings to the game. Quality passing.
Here's Klingon. And some very quick points for him on that possession. The Kings have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. On the attack, Carter. Monk for 3. It's rebounded by Grant. On offense, here are the Trailblazers. Thybulle on the wing. Fires the three. Drills it from deep.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Pass to DeRozan. Last second attempt there, and that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazer. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Portland.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
On the court for the Kings, second quarter underway. Trey Lyles is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Malik Monk. Then there's Zach LaVine. And it's DeRozan in at the three, the small forward. Here's LaVine. Portland with a rebound. Pass to Kamari. Here's the three. Doesn't go. And he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Kings trail by 5. Grant, there have been so many great players that have gone through Portland over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost 50 years since their last title. It's a great city with a great fan base. And for their sake, I hope their second title comes soon.
Now here's Grant. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Here's Klingon. Off target with a jump hook. The Kings have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Here's DeRozan. Misses, and you know he wants that one back.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And here's Grant from the arc, the offensive rebound.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Grant with a steal. Thybulle against LaVine. And out of bounds, Sacramento will have it. The Kings making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Kings trail by 5. Here's LaVine. Oh, misses the dunk.
Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
Some room here for Williams. Again, the miss by Portland.
Well, he wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
LaVine passes to Valanciunas. Elbow shot. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Valanciunas is one of the bigger men in the league, and he loves to live in the paint.
Here's Williams. Henderson outside. Williams with the screen. Simons outside. 6 to shoot. On target from range. Simons has got 9. But Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defense is to disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Jacks up a 3. DeRozan with the rebound. And here's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Ayton passes to Henderson. From the arc. Connects from downtown. He's got 5.
Oh, good 3-ball by Henderson. Now, this is the part of his game that he wants to keep developing.
DeRozan, a screen on Grant. LaVine with it. Guarded now by Williams. DeRozan, left side. Pass to Monk. The 3. It's rebounded by Grant. Trailblazers lead by 7. Here's Ayton. Oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot and hitting it. Ayton's got his first basket.
You can see with that form on the jump shot that DeAndre Ayton has the tools to become effective on the perimeter.
The three from Valanciunas knocks it down from distance. Portland has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Valanciunas with a rebound.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got the eye in that kind of range.
Well, Grant, the Kings are one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, BA. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
The Kings making a switch here. Domantas Sabonis, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Keegan Murray comes in for Zach LaVine. Larabia's checked in for Monk. And Ellis is subbed in for Carter. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Sabonis. Misses off the left iron. Ayton with it. Shoots over Valanciunas. Again, the miss by Portland. Oh, did he? He did!
That's
he
gonna
got
count.
it to fall!
Put it on the board. So nice. Oh, taking this arena's breath away. That's a crazy shot at the buzzer. Oh, my.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Portland ahead, leading by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You look at Anthony Simons, he's been playing really well.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
They've got DeAndre Ayton. Anthony Simons out there with Shaedon Sharpe. Then it's Denny Avdia, and it's Kamare in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Knocks down the triple.
Have to get out on him. He'll burn you from there repeatedly.
Sharpe against Levine. Ellis passes to Murray. For 3. Simons with a rebound. Portland leading by 4. Well, Anthony Simons has credited Damian Lillard for helping him with his development.
Man, BA, can you imagine every day on the opposite end of Damian Lillard as a young player in this league? Anthony Simons willing to listen and willing to learn. And you see how far his game has come when the reins have been handed over to him.
Now here's Sabonis. Still no points. They double team Sabonis. Pass to Levine. Here's Larabia. Back to Levine. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Kamare. No good on the triple. Kings trail by 4. Sabonis outside. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Pass to Larabia. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Portland leading by 4. Simons outside. Uncovered. That's good on the jumper. Simons has got 11 points. And so it's Levine with it. He brings it up for the Sacramento Kings. They're scoreless since the first half. Murray, a screen on Simons. Back to Murray. Pass to Sabonis. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
Well, that's a bonus right there to have Domantas step out and shoot the 3 and stretch out the defense.
Ayton, a screen on Murray. Avdia from outside. Ellis with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And a fun fact here, Brent, the Trailblazers' name was actually chosen by the fans.
Oh, that's so awesome, BA, to remind fans of how it is that Portland got its name. It was an open contest, and they had, I think, over 10,000 entries. And there are a couple other names that we should throw out there. It could have been the Pioneers or the Doug Furs. I think they chose wisely.
Fires for three. Ayton inside, working on Sabonis. Again, the miss by Portland. Kings trail by 3. Outside Levine. Over Sharp. And Levine gets it to go on the assist by Sabonis. He's got 9.
Yeah, Sabonis, a very capable passer, so if he sees a ready shooter, that guy's going to get it.
Here's Simons. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Levine. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Portland has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Kamare, that's good.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Portland leading by 4. Off the outside, from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Levine.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Ellis. Levine surveys the D. And here's Sabonis. Three-pointer. He buries it from 3. Sabonis has got 6 here in the quarter.
So right now, Sabonis just taking charge, taking initiative, getting aggressive on offense.
Ayton, no good.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
I mean, a good pass there from Murray. Now, he understands when his guys have clean looks.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Kamare. Fires, hitting the triple. Kamare's got 6. Now here's Levine. He's got 9. Pass to LaRavia. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. All right, a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth quarter. We've got Zach LaVine. Trey Lyles is out there with DeMar DeRozan. Then it's Malik Monk, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5. And it's Monk missing. Portland leading. Here's Klingon. Knocks it loose. LaVine with it. Thibault picks him up. Shot from the wing. And the shot falls short that time. And the Trailblazers shooting 35% so far in this one. Klingon. Rebound by Sacramento. Outside Levine. Takes it inside.
That is what I'm talking about. Wow. That's the sauce right there. I mean, every night, Levine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest.
Thibault against Levine. Henderson left side. From behind the arc. Counted from distance.
Yeah, maybe outside Henderson's range, but the confidence showing through, and the defense not ready for him to shoot from that far out.
And it's Lyles missing. Portland leading by 3. Henderson outside. Fires the 3. Pass to Klingon. Outside Thibault. 4-3. Now here's Grant. Puts up a deep 3. Monk grabs the miss. Outside Levine. Shoots over Grant. Shot by Levine, no good. For Portland, they've got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal. Henderson for 3. Nails it from 3.
And just slippery with the ball in his hands. Henderson will dissect you off the dribble.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
DeRozan passes to Lyles. Back to DeRozan. From downtown. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Grant with it. Picked up by DeRozan. And it's Valanciunas with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. They trail by 6. Pass to Lyles. Williams against DeRozan. Just 5 to shoot. And another miss by Sacramento. The Trailblazers have got 2 of 8 shots to drop in the final quarter. Outside Tyler. Misses the 3. Kings trail by 6. 1 for 3. And another miss by Sacramento.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done.
Henderson scanning the floor. We've got 1:23 left in the 4th quarter. It's an even 3-on-3 break. And it's Monk missing. Trailblazers lead by 6. For 3, Klingon sinks the tray.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
The Trailblazers shooting around 30% since the 4th quarter got underway. The shot's good.
Yeah, great find right there by Henderson. He is such a gifted facilitator.
Now here's Monk. The 3 from DeRozan. Williams grabs the board. Now Portland with it. They're on an 11-3 run. Grant's shot is off. The 3 from DeRozan. He connects! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Yeah, man. DeRozan is fired up. These situations just fuel his competitiveness.
Monk with it. Henderson picks him up. Monk passes to Lyles. Monk for 3. Oh, he drained it from downtown. To tie it up. Cans it to force overtime.
This is as good as it gets. A big-time bucket to send it to.
Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. And here's Simons. Sharp out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Avdia. And it's Kamare in at the 3. Simons' shot is good.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Pass to Ellis. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Kamare. Avdia outside. This one for 3. Here's Simons. Goes back up. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got rebound number 11. Kings trail by 3. Pass to Ellis. Back to Sabonis. Sabonis with a screen on 8. Shot clock at 6. Here's Laravia. Avdia pulls it in. Avdia's got 4 rebounds in the game. And here's Simons outside. Another miss by Simons. The Kings shooting just 37% so far in this one. Outside for Levine. Here's Kamari. He's covered by Levine. Avdia against Levine to the middle. Outside Sharp. 5 on the clock. Ayton with a screen. Sharp. That one's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
And that's the reason why Sabonis gets the rock. He's just upping the ante.
Simons outside. Off the outside. There's a screen. Let's go with a 3. Unable to get that one.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Outside Murray. Pass to Ellis. Murray, a screen on Sharp. Sabonis outside. Money.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Murray against Avdia. Count it!
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Here's Sabonis. No good there, off the double clutch. So it's the Trailblazers taking the W in a close one. Things looked a little uneven for them down the stretch.
matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
Now, Golden State's starting 5. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Jimmy Butler is out there with Green, and it's Moody in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Moody. Clock at 6. On its way from Curry for 2. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Curry's got the game going here with the first basket for the Warriors. Ayton a screen on Curry. The 3. And Simons is good for 3.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Green with a screen on Simon. 17-foot shot on the way.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Good way to start this game if you want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
The answer from Butler, no one is more competitive than Jimmy.
You know, Stan, the Blazers started the rebuild process with the big Dame Lillard trade to Milwaukee.
Kevin, it takes guts for a GM to make a move like that, and it didn't go well early on. But they've got to trust the process and stick with the plan that they made.
A nice work on the perimeter. Defenses must respect Sharp's range.
They kick it out to Green. Back to Curry. He takes it in. Pass to Podziemski. Butler on the way. Lets it fly. Rebounded by Kamare. Trailblazers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Ayton sets the pick for Simons. Ayton kicks to Simons. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Outside for Curry. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Curry's got 5 now.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Back to Green. Outside Curry. They set the screen. They kick it out to Green. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Portland leading. Right side, Simon. And he's good on the 3-ball. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Podziemski on the wing. Outside Curry. In the corner, Moody with it. There's the drive. Green passes to Moody. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now, here's Avdia. Hasn't made one yet. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Butler, a screen on Simons. The kick outside to Butler. Tipped away. Back to Curry. Puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Avdia. Ayton a screen. Here's Kamare. A 3-pointer, no good. Curry outside. It's good from long range. Curry's got 8 points.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Avdia, a screen on Curry. Fires the three. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
Anderson out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Klingon, then there's Grant, and it's Kamare in at the 3 slot. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Henderson, no one around him, and the 3 ball is good. Henderson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Now, Thybulle, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry, launches it. Thybulle can't get it to go. Golden State's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Back to Curry. Curry gets inside and lays it in.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
Henderson against Curry. Playing the screen for Henderson. To the left wing. Here's Kamare. Defended by Payton. Wide open look here for Klingon. Hands it from downtown. Klingon's got himself on the board with 3 there.
I tell you, not only does Klingon set sturdy screens, he knows how to make himself available for the pass.
Back to Curry. Pass to Payton. Golden State needs to get off a shot. From past the arc. Another miss by Curry. And so Grant will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Takes a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Now it's a 3-point Portland lead.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Jackson Davis in the corner. Back to Curry. Curry with another miss. Portland is on 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Now here's Thybulle. T right on him. Grant surveying the D. Got a piece of it. Here's Curry with the 3. Another miss by Curry.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
And here is Curry following Jeremy Grant's 3. Out to Payton. Shot to stop the run. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Grant outside. There's the screen. 1:27 left in the first half. Just 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. No good that time. Nice defense from Kuminga. Henderson against Curry. Over in the corner, Kuminga. Healed outside. Henderson against Curry. Shoots from 14. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Klingon's got 4 rebounds in this game. Grant against Curry. Screen by Grant. Pass to Klingon. This one for three. They get the rebound. Thibault for three. Doesn't go for him. Warriors trail by 3. Kuminga kicks to Curry. The tray. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Grant. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
21. Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charge this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing the ball. You got to give him credit.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Moses Moody is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the center position. The shot's good from Simon. Well, Stan, as a former coach, I imagine it has to be hard for you to watch basketball as a fan.
Well, it is. It's very hard, almost impossible. I'm almost always watching from a coach's standpoint, an X and O standpoint. But I will say, even when I was standing on the sidelines, NBA players are so good that you have fan moments even while you're coaching.
It seems like every game we see something we've never seen before, right?
I can remember turning around to my assistants and saying, can you believe that?
Now here's Curry. Following the miss by DeAndre Ayton. Buries it from 3-point range.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And here is Simon after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. For 3. The kick out to Simon. Pass to Sharp. From outside the arc. The kick out to Simon. Outside Avdia. And the 3 off target.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Curry fires from way outside. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Now Simon. After the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Lets it go with the 3. They get it again. Pass to Ayton. And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Portland. Henderson comes in for Anthony Simons. Payton, he's checked in for the Warriors. Now here's Henderson. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go. Butler heading to the hoop. And Butler running the floor.
Butler on the break. You can't give him any room to run, or you might get your feelings hurt.
Henderson looking it over. They could use a bucket. And there's the call on DeAndre. That is his first foul of the game. Delano Banton's checked in for the Trailblazers. Warriors leading by 4.
Down the lineup for your Trailblazer.
Green with a screen on Henderson. High post shot. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 10 points in just the second half.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Henderson for 3. Connects from 3-point range.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
The shot by Curry, no good. A tight game here in Portland. Pass to Ayton. Avdia. The good-looking shot from the wing.
Well, maybe the defense thinks they can live with that, but he's pretty consistent from that mid-range area.
Green, the pass to Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Curry with another miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Avdia. And another three for Portland. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Stephen Curry, what a shooter.
And you got the feeling that was coming. Curry loves coming back with a three of his own.
Curry against Henderson. Here's the three. The rebound by Payton. The Warriors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Beyond the arc. The shot by Curry, no good. And here's Ayton. He'll bring it up for Portland. It's a one-point game. Pass to Grant. Jacks up a three. Nailed from three-point land. Grant's got 9 points.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
The shot by Butler. Nobody. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Oh, and that's a monster.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Warriors lead by 1. We'll get right back to the action when we return. 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Grant is out there with Williams. Then it's Henderson. Then there's Klingon. And it's Rupert in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lets it go from deep. They get it back. Williams kicks to Henderson. Grant up top. Curry with the steal. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Kuminga with a wide open look. Oh, good with the triple. Portland trailing here. Williams with the ball. Kuminga picks him up. Shoots it up. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
The Trailblazers shooting around 40% from the floor here. Healed against Henderson. Playing in the screen for Henderson. Fires from deep. Klingon's shot is off. Golden State's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And again, it's the Warriors missing. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Pass to Rupert. Shoots the three. The Warriors pull it in. Healed outside. Curry on the wing. He's covered by Grant. Curry is inside. Grant on him. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Kuminga. Drains it from beyond the arc. Kuminga's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Henderson against Curry. Three-pointer. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Warriors leading. Fires away from way outside. Rupert grabs the board. Henderson outside. Pass to Klingon. Fires for 3. Drills the three-pointer. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And love the poise from the rookie big man Klingon. He embraces moments like these.
The shot by Looney, no good.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Here's Rupert. No good on the triple.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. And the Warriors miss again. Portland's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Here's Rupert. No good on the three. Warriors shooting 43% from the floor. Here's Kuminga. A three-pointer is right on target. Kuminga's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Warriors. Henderson for three. Sinks the three-pointer.
Oh, they give it up and then get the lead right back. 2 triples back-to-back. And the momentum swing in this game is ridiculous.
Hield dishes to Curry. Hield with a screen on Henderson. Curry against Henderson. Three-pointer, Hield. Hits the three.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
To the right side. Pass to Klingon. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Curry against Henderson. Grant gets a wide open look. Nice open look, but it's no good.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And it's Donovan Klingon with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Different look here for the Warriors. Green he's checked in for. Kevon Looney. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moses Moody, he's checked in for Gary Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Hield. Three-pointer, Butler. And it's Ayton with the rebound. It's deflected. Back to Simons. Fires the three. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. All right, David, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll...
to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Jimmy Butler out there with Green. And it's Moody in at the 3. Here's Laravia. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Setting an aggressive tone early, challenging the heart of that defense.
Kings foul. Ellis. First personal foul. First team foul.
Sacramento on D. The 3 from Curry. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Defensively, you have to be aware of Curry in that set.
Pass to Sabonis. Here's Laravia. Moody defends. Murray with it. The 3 is up. And the 3-pointer goes.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away.
Richard, it comes as no surprise that Golden State is routinely at the top of the league for made threes.
That's how this team has been constructed. They are custom built to rain threes on you, and we've seen it be very, very effective.
It's stolen by Curry. They set the screen, lets it fly, and it falls all over the rim and in. Curry's got 8.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Here's Laravia. Back to Levine. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Laravia. Butler covering. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Golden State has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Green, a screen. Launches a 3. They get it again. Outside Moody. Pure from 3-point range.
Well, Draymond has a special talent for setting guys up, especially for his position.
Picked by Sabonis. Pass to Laravia. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Outside Murray. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Here we go, one-on-one. Curry with another miss. Kings trail by 6. And Levine, here we go. Here's Laravia. Will it go? And it's good. Credit Levine with the assist. 5 points in the game.
Showing off those playmaking skills, Levine keeps his head up, makes the easy play.
The 3 from Curry. That won't go either for Curry. The Kings have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Here's Laravia. It's rebounded by Golden State. Outside, Green. Murray against Curry. Back to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Pajemski. Levine with a steal. There's the drive. Out to the right wing. Pass to Ellis. Here's Levine. Out to the right wing. Here's Laravia. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
Yeah, and also a great job hustling on turnovers and turning them into points. Defense creating offense so far in this one.
And the Warriors making a change here. Jackson Davis is checked in for Draymond Green. Kuminga comes in for Moody. Payton's checked in for Pajemski. And Hield is subbed in for Stephen Curry. And Sacramento making a change here. Lyles checked in. Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
And Monk drops them both. Richard, something you notice about these Kings, they shoot plenty of threes.
And that's the modern game for you, B.A. But Sacramento shoots especially freely. You are right. And those shots often connect, so I doubt that trend changes for them anytime soon.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Out to Sabonis. Launches it. And another miss by Sacramento.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
And here's Butler outside. Rebounded by Lyles. Kings trail by 4. Kicks it to DeRozan. It's stolen by Kuminga. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. And here's Butler outside. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
This is why you must stay in front of Butler. When he's leaking out like this, he's focused on scoring.
Carter, the pass to Monk. Hits it from the high post.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
The 3. Rebound by Sacramento. Carter on the wing. Pass to Monk. Here's Lyles. Outside Carter. It'll count. No good. Would have counted had it gone. Stephen Curry getting it done for the Golden State Warriors. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. Curry and Hield to the sharpshooting backcourt. Trace Jackson-Davis out there with Kuminga. And it's Payton in at the 3 spot. Oh, Curry stretching the limits. Wow, what a shot.
Even a half-court shot is a good shot for Curry. That's how good of a shooter he is.
And it's Monk off the drive. Here's Valanciunas. Back to Monk. Up top, Levine. Down low. Here's Valanciunas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Great open look there. Lyles has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Kicks it out, takes advantage of the open space. That'll leave a defense scrambling.
And a deep 3 from Curry. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Out of bounds. It'll be Warriors ball.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
Carter, he's checked in for Lyles. And Golden State also making a switch. Looney's checked in for Jackson-Davis. And here's Curry for 3. Offensive rebound. Got a piece of it. Monk with a steal. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And he lobs it up top. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Monk.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
Murray's checked in for the Kings. Ellis comes in for Carter. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Pajimski comes in for Hield. And here's Kuminga for 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Kuminga's got 6. Richard, if the 3-point shot was never introduced, how different do you think the game would be?
The offensive strategy would be very different. The game would be more physical, and it was more physical. And the main priority would be creating high percentage looks. What determination from Levine, finding his finish despite the contact.
And the Warriors making a change here. Hield's checked in.
First team foul. Warriors substitution. Number 7.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. The 3 from Curry. The rebound by Murray.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And it's Gary Payton the second with a foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Levine against Hield. Levine passes to Monk. Stripped it away.
The pump fakes are risks because you're exposing the ball. You have to be careful because a solid defender will easily steal it.
When Curry gets a look that's good, he is automatic. There is almost no stopping him.
Well, Richard, with the relocations and the floor he covers, Curry is still an anomaly with his conditioning.
Oh, he's got an off-season program that would make other NBA stars tap out, including myself. His conditioning is amongst the best of all time. It wears on you as a defender.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Sacramento. LaRavia comes in for Monk. Jimmy Butler's checked in for the Warriors. Moody comes in for Hield. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Ellis's shot is off. The Warriors lead by 7. The 3 from Curry. A rebound by Murray.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Picked by Murray. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
And one move ahead of the defense, a solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Now here's Levine. They kick it out to Murray. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul. Monk, he's checked in for the Kings. Hield's checked in for the Warriors.
Substituting on the court.
Up top, Monk, guarded by Hield. And it's Monk missing.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim, just couldn't capitalize.
Podziemski's checked in for the Warriors.
Number 2, Brandon.
The Warriors lead by 8. Green finds Curry. Puts up a deep 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Monk, he's open. Again, the miss by the Kings.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Outside Podziemski. Back to Curry. Shot clock at 5. There's the 3. Here's Green. Oh, look at Green getting his inside.
And this is where Green looks to score. He's comfortable and confident down low.
LaRavia. They need this. Sabonis right side. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Green with a screen on Monk. Beyond the arc. Curry's shot is off. Pass to Ellis. Sabonis outside. Here's LaRavia. Outside Murray. So we conclude the first half. Warriors ahead. They lead by 13. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
The duo inside. It's Murray and Sabonis. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's LaRavia in at small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Nice contest, a high level of energy. That's how you play defense.
And here's Curry for 3. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Gotta respect his shooting and passing. Curry able to move defenders and create fouls.
These are his first free throws of the game.
4-3.
And he sinks the second. And and he nails the third.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Remember when people were questioning whether the Warriors were truly a dynasty, RJ?
I do, and that was erased for good with that championship run in 2022. I still think that is Steph's most important championship. That title cemented them as one of the all-time great teams of the last 50 years.
Here's Laravia. 9 points in the game. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. The three from Curry. Rebound by the Kings. Here's Laravia. Sabonis with it. Green picks him up. Here's Laravia. Back to Sabonis. Here's Laravia. He's covered by Curry. And here's Sabonis outside.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Outside Curry. There's the triple. Ellis with a rebound. Kings trail by 14. To the inside. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. Curry from deep three-point land. Curry with another miss.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Now here's Curry. Give him 23.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
And with how well Levine attacks the bucket, defensively, you almost have to give him space to shoot threes.
Outside for Butler. Curry looking it over. From deep. 4-3, Stephen Curry.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Great positioning on the putback.
Nice persistence on the glass. Sabonis understanding how to use his body and length, too.
From deep. And the Warriors with another three.
Man, oh man, that's just absurd range. He can pull it up and hit it from just about anywhere.
Right side, Levine. There's the steal. Pajimski with it. He's picked up by Levine. Outside Curry. Rebound by the Kings. Murray's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Sabonis. Here's Ellis. Shoots over Curry. And Sacramento again with the bucket.
Such a talented passer at his position. Sabonis is all about making winning plays.
You know, when it comes to Keegan Murray, it's his all-around presence that helps this team, Richard.
Yeah, he's a very talented glue guy. He doesn't make a ton of splash plays, but he is steady and consistent, and coaches love players like that.
Here's Laravia. 9 points in the game. Picked by Sabonis. Laravia passes to Sabonis. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. And it's Green with the ball for the Warriors. Sabonis on the double team. Outside Butler. The three is up. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one.
Unselfish offense leads to Butler getting something in rhythm.
Here's Laravia. That three's off the mark. Pass to Curry. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Carter finds Sabonis. Now here's DeRozan. Nails the 16-footer. DeRozan's got his first points of the game.
They need to run plays for him, get him more touches, whatever it takes to get him producing.
And that's an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Buddy Hield.
Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter. The three from Curry. And so it's the Golden State Warriors up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's their three-point accuracy that... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for Golden State to start the fourth. Curry and Hield to the sharpshooting backcourt. Gary Payton II is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Jackson Davis in at the 5 spot. On the wing, Curry. Out to Hield. Three-pointer. Hauled in by the Kings.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Here's DeRozan. Muscling it home. DeRozan.
Isn't it beautiful watching DeRozan just work through contact? He loves overcoming these kind of moments.
Outside Hield. The three-pointer off the mark. Kings trail by 15. Pass to Valanciunas. Puts it up from 15, and he hits the jumper for 2.
Showing off another part of his game. Valanciunas just proving he has a reliable jump shot too.
The three from Curry. Valanciunas with a rebound.
There has been nothing for him this quarter. Ever since halftime, he's lost all of his touch.
Here's Lyles. Lets the three fly. They grab their own miss. Valanciunas, good.
I like it. In old school 5, Jonas primarily does his scoring close in.
Left side Kuminga. Stolen by Valanciunas. Monk finds Levine. Here's Valanciunas. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. Valanciunas has got 6 points in the quarter.
They've still got work to do, but it's impressive how they've battled back.
I'm sure they wish they made this run sooner, but they've still got time to come away and steal this one.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
DeRozan against Payton. Here's the three. Curry, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Valanciunas down low. Guarded by Hield. Valanciunas, good.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Grant, wouldn't be a bad idea here to slow it down.
Yeah, the coach is definitely looking for patience and execution. And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
And Levine knocks down the three.
The response, Levine hitting that three right back at you.
The three from Curry. Another three for Golden State.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's the break. He shoots it. Again, Golden State. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Warriors?
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
The Warriors lead by 13. The three from Curry. DeMar DeRozan grabs the miss. And here's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Kings. The three from Valanciunas. DeRozan finds Valanciunas. He tries for three. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
I mean, night in, night out, Valanciunas is a player you rely on. Again, he's piling up.
Oh, from long range.
What a shot.
You can't guard that. That is unguardable.
Sacramento has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter to the left wing. Valanciunas passes to Levine. Gets stolen by Hield. And here's the fast break. A deep three. Another three for Golden State.
Understanding where he needs to be. Curry way out ahead that time.
Now here's Valanciunas. Guarded closely. And he comes up with a bucket. And here are the Warriors now. 17 points was their biggest margin. And a deep three from Curry. Hauled in by the Kings. On the wing, Levine. He's watched by Kuminga. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. Except, all right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up.
purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. We've got DeAndre Ayton. Sharp out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's Denny Avdia, and it's Kamare in at the small forward position. Sabonis, the best emerge. At the elbow, it's Levine. Good ball movement here by the Kings. That one goes in.
Sabonis, a confident scorer on that play right there. Once he's got the ball in his hands in that area, he's looking to shoot.
And Simon's wide open. He'll fire. Hits it from three-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And Levine, here we go. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And over the years, Levine has put on the muscle, which helps him on those challenging finishes at the rim.
Well, the Kings went from 3 seed in 2023 to out of the playoffs completely, Brent, last season.
Well, it speaks to how competitive the Western Conference was. You know, you got to realize, Kevin, Sacramento won just 2 less games than they did after that magical run in 2023. The West was just better. So the Kings got to fill some holes, find some pieces, and hopefully have some guys improve upon what they did last season.
Three-pointer, and the Trailblazers, another 3.
Simon's seeing green there, just letting that one rip.
Outside, Levine. Pass to Ellis, and the call will be against Anthony Simon. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Ellis. Shoots over Simon. Ellis can't get it to go.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Here's Sharp. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And nice work on the perimeter. Defenses must respect Sharp's range.
Levine kicks to Murray. He's looking for Sabonis and finds him. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now Sabonis, following the miss by Denny Avdia from deep.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
This one for 3. They grab their own miss. It's tipped from outside the arc. And Sabonis pulls it down. The Kings trail by 4. Pass to Murray. Back to Sabonis. And here is Ellis.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Shot clock at 6. Shot on the wing. That one off the back iron and out. Portland leading by 4. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Loses his grip and clanks the alley-oop jam. Brent, with Avdia, there's a versatility to his game that not many players can claim.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a great point. He does things on both ends. Sometimes defensively it goes unnoticed, but this guy can play a lot of different positions and is very skilled. He contributes in a lot of ways to his team.
Now, here's Avdia. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. There's Sabonis. Sacramento again missing. Ayton wide open. Drains the 3-pointer.
DeAndre Ayton happy to shoot at that range. Nice stroke.
And Levine, here we go. And the jam by Levine.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Ellis with the screen for Levine. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Simon.
And one of the strengths of Levine's game, that ability to lure the D into fouls. Get into the wrong position, and he'll make you pay.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Klingen, he's checked in for 8. Jeremy Grant comes in for Avdia. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Sharp. And Scoot Henderson subbed in for Anthony Simons. Monk with the ball. There's Lyles. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Portland ahead by 9 as the quarter. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Trailblazers.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. We've got Scoot Henderson. Klingen is out there with Jeremy Grant. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Kamare in at small forward. Monk's shot's good.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And here's Valanciunas. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. 7-point differential. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The bad boy Pistons, and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
Now here's Henderson. Still scoreless. Wide open look here for Klingen. Good on the triple.
Already a gifted passer, Henderson has solid vision for such a young player.
DeRozan passes to Monk. Valanciunas. Got a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Some changes for Sacramento. Murray's checked in for Lyles. And it's Ellison for DeMar DeRozan. And a switch here also for Portland. Williams is checked in. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Ellis kicks to Monk. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good from Valanciunas.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Andre Ayton's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Matisse Thybulle. Now here's Simons. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Ayton a screen on Monk. Three-pointer Simons. And again it's Portland with the three.
That's exactly how you utilize the pick and roll. Simons looking really comfortable in the set there.
Monk, the pass to Valanciunas. Over Ayton. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Henderson looking it over. Pass to Ayton. Trying his luck from deep. Kicks it out to Grant. Off target from outside. The Kings trail by 13.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA chose to extinguish G League Ignite. G League President Sharif Abdul-Rahim says with the changing environment across youth and collegiate basketball, now is the right time to take this step. Kevin, in its short time, the Ignite produced double-digit draftees. So the experiment was a success.
A huge success, DA. Thank you. In 2023, and Brent, you and I remember this, Keegan Murray set an NBA record with 11 consecutive threes in one game.
What an unbelievable night to witness that kind of consistency in a guy locked in like that. I mean, that's different, and it speaks to Murray's focus, but this guy has so much more to contribute to a team and room to grow. That night was special, Kevin.
Here's Levine, and it's Portland with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Anderson, no one around him. Off target with his three.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Levine. From the arc. Outside for Murray. He tries for three. The rebound by Simons.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Now Simons. Following the miss by DeAndre Ayton from deep.
And there is just a ton of confidence from this coaching staff for Anthony Simons to shoot shots like that.
Levine against Grant. Knocked away and stolen by Simons. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And it's good, 2 points. Simons has got 7 now in this quarter.
And I'm going to watch the coaching staff to see how many times they're going to call Anthony Simons' number with the way he's got it going here.
Murray, a screen on Henderson. Outside for Murray. There's the triple. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
And so that's the end of the first half. Trailblazers out in front. They lead by 11. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One of the stories here, Anthony Simons getting it done today.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
The post pair form will be Murray and Sabonis. Ellis is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's LaRavia in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And here's Sabonis following DeAndre Ayton's 3. And the wide open shot from Abdia. And the Trailblazers, another 3. And eventually every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully by that point it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game. Great at creating shots. Sharp did it there with that catch and shoot.
Here's Levine, and the jam by Levine.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Ayton, a screen on Ellis. Simons on the wing. He's guarded by Ellis. Shoots. Drops one in from the wing. Simons has got 15 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And the NBA is truly an international league. I mean, look no further than DeAndre Ayton, hailing from the Bahamas.
Well, you love that him and Buddy Hield carrying the torch for their home country. Ayton is actually the second first overall pick from the Bahamas, the first one being the great Michael Thompson. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And it's Ayton missing. The Kings trail by 15. Out left to the wing. Here's LaRavia. And there's the foul. It's on Keegan Murray. That's his first foul. Monk's checked in for Sacramento.
0. Malik Monk.
Portland's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. To the paint. Sabonis with the steal. Pass to Murray. Now, here's Monk. Sabonis' screen on Sharp. The shot by Monk is no good. Trailblazers leading by 15. The 3-ball hits the 3-point bomb. 14 points for Shaedon Sharp.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Monk kicks to Sabonis. There's a minute 47 left in the third quarter of the game. And it's Levine that time on the assist by Sabonis. 12 points for Zach LaVine. Hey, Brett, what's one area where we really see these Portland Trail Blazers excelling?
Well, they're great on the offensive glass. They have presence on the inside. They have a ton of focus on just collecting rebounds. So great at retrieving those misses.
Murray, the pass to Levine. To the wing right side. Sabonis finds Levine. Back to Sabonis. Jacks up a three. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Well, that's a bonus right there to have Domantas step out and shoot the 3 and stretch out the defense.
The kick out to Simons. For the 3. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Monk for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Sabonis. Monk's got 8 points.
How about the quickness of that release by Monk? An experienced catch-and-shoot player who feels comfortable firing from deep.
Now, here's Simons. He's got 18. Pass to Kamare. The long-distance 3 is buried. And the Trailblazers lead by 16. Sabonis sets the pick for Ellis. Outside, Sabonis. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Simons on the wing. And there's the foul. It's on Keegan Murray. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
It's stolen by Carter. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, we've got Matisse Thybulle. Williams is out there with Klingon. Then it's Henderson. And it's Grant in at the 3 slot.
This is great to see. Williams shooting with confidence, wanting to add to his game.
Puts one up from 19. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Ellis, who's checked in for Sacramento. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Delano Banton's checked in for Williams. Such a wide open look. And the Trailblazers lead by 16.
And not where he earns his money, that 3-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Offensive rebound. Lets it go from deep. Banton's shot is off. And Valanciunas has got the ball here for Sacramento. Tries to save it. Ellis can't get it to go.
He wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Banton, the pass to Grant. Pass to Banton. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
Here's Grant. Now Klingon. A three-pointer off the mark.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
The shot's good.
Well, the big man's got to be feeling it right now. A catch-and-shoot jumper from Valanciunas.
Fires from deep. Clingan's shot is off. The Kings trail by 15, and here they come. Here's Monk. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Pass to Clingan. Now Grant. DeRozan defending. The tray. And again, it's the Trailblazers missing. Here's Clingan. Portland no good that time either. For Sacramento, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Trailblazers.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Simons.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Clingan's shot is off. The Kings trail by 19. At the elbow, it's Valanciunas. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
Clingan can't hit the turnaround jumper. And it's the Kings with the ball. Kick out to Levine. DeRozan dishes to Monk. Shot from free throw range. The rebound by Grant. Here are the Trailblazers with the ball. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Portland no good that time either. Here's Clingan. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was